So as a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh, I want to immerse myself with it as much as I can. And what better than playing another Yu-Gi-Oh video game? I mean, I enjoyed the 2008 version of the game. Surely I would like the previous version, right? Where to begin with this game? In terms of graphics, well, they have dated, but they're not much different from the 2008 version, so it isn't too bad. You can still see Yugioh obliterate your opponent even if it isn't in HD. The controls are easy to figure out as well. One thing about this game is that it has many features that return in the 2008 version of the game. In fact, it follows the same controls as most Yu-Gi-Oh games on handheld consoles, and therefore it's easy to master the controls. The hardest thing to get your head around is the game itself, not the controls. Luckily, the rules don't change like they did during the Duelist Kingdom arc in the anime. The sounds of the game isn't anything particularly outstanding. In fact, to put it plainly, it's annoying. Like, if I wanted to listen to annoying Yu-Gi-Oh things, I would listen to Yugi's lame monologue about the heart of the cards. But then again, it is still a step up from Reshef of Destruction, so again, it's not great, but it's not awful either. Some features that stood out to me about the game was the challenge mode. The challenge mode is a clever way to expand and improve how far ahead you can think, as well as create new strategies. To be completely honest, it reminds me of a game of chess, in that you should have seen a move, but you missed it at the time, resulting in you realising that because of your blunder, you failed. This feature not only acts as an aid to new players, but also it helps improve players who have been playing for a very long time. I think what I hated most about this game is how to unlock every feature of the game. You must have access to 2 Nintendo DS consoles, and a copy of Spirit Caller, as well as Yu-Gi-Oh! Nightmare Troubadour. I can understand that some fans of Yu-Gi-Oh! Will buy this game as well as the other games, but I feel that to unlock stuff requiring you to buy more stuff is a bit of a letdown, and in terms of the unlockables, it should have been designed a bit better and more user-friendly. Another of the big problems with the game is that it's extremely repetitive and boring. While the 2008 version is also repetitive at times, the 2007 version is just not as interesting. It lacks a story mode, meaning that the only thing you can do in the game is duel, basically. And while this may not seem like a bad thing at first, since it is after all a Yu-Gi-Oh game, after about 10 duels it just gets boring. Like, I mean, honestly, I believe you'll have more fun in the long run playing the actual card game rather than this game. And I know this sounds like a bit of a letdown, but once you open your Millennium Eye, you'll see that this game isn't actually that bad. It's just not as good as what it could have been. But despite the faults, ultimately, it is true to the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise, and while I have mentioned a lot of negative things about the game, it's much better than most of the games I've reviewed. Also, I am a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan of the series, so I did enjoy this game far more than I made out. It's not the best Yu-Gi-Oh game, but it's not the worst either. So I give this game a 6 out of 10.